wonderful. I didn't think I would ever get a spot in line. Well, of course I know I can check out here. That's obvious. Yes, I know you're happy to help me. Listen, the first thing you can do is help me with my cup. You see, I have my hands full. Why are you not reaching across the counter to help me? Human nature is to help one another. Listen, I'm going to need to set my mug down. I need you to clear your things out of the way. Yeah, move your stapler and pens and stuff. Thank you. That's better. Don't touch it. I don't allow other people to touch my things. Just don't touch it. Okay. I understand. I'm sure you've washed your hands. Just don't touch the mug. Just, thank you. No, I certainly do not have any. I can't even say the word. I do not have any prescriptions to pick up. I'm sorry, ma'am. I understand that this is your job and you pimp yourself out to push these GMPs, but GMPs, that's what you do back here. You all distribute GMPs. Surely you know what that is. Government mandated poisons. I will not partake. Thank you anyway. So if you have any free samples or coupons, keep them to yourself. Better yet, just throw them in the trash, because we don't really need to be spreading that stuff around to people. I mean, most people don't know any better, like you don't know any better. So it's really best if we could just take all that and just dispose of it. I mean, what do you think of that? Like, I see back there that you have, I see cough drop samples right there. The Hall's cough drops. Oh, and then you have, what's that? Claritin. See, now, what you can do, now I know you have all these Big Brother cameras everywhere. Like, I'm sure there are at least 4 pointing at me right now. But all you have to do, look, if you just step over that way a little bit, you could just discreetly, kind of slide the trash can over and just kind of, accidentally on purpose, just sort of slide them off into the trash cans. It's just a suggestion, of course. I'm sure you think you know best. I did, however, want to come back here because I have something for you. Now, I can't do anything about the GMPs, but I can do something about your mortar and pestle. Right, well, I know this is a compounding pharmacy, which most of these whorish chain stores are not, but I understand that you guys compound some things. My herbalist compounds for me. Thank you very much. I have no need for your mixed up garbage. The mortar and pestle that you use are inappropriate. I mean, I'm just going to come out and say that they are inappropriate, and you need to also dispose of those. They are not organic. They're not. I know you think they are. You think that they're perfectly fine, but they're not. Yes, I know they're made of marble. That's exactly my point. I brought something for you today, and I want you to use this, okay? And no, you need to dispose of that as well. But this will work. I made this for you. It only took me 472 hours, and it was a labor of love. It is, see? And it's extra large, so you could mix up a big old batch of poison in here for your customers. Don't. It's okay. I know you're flustered. I know it's overwhelming. I know you don't know what to say. All you have to say is thank you. That's all. That's all I expect. Just a little thank you for my effort. You can see that it's made out of different pieces of wood. I grew these trees myself. I harvested them. And then when the time came, I asked for their permission to cut them down. And once we had a long talk, Bob Ross taught me how to do that. Once we had a long talk, they understood the necessity of this venture and they allowed me to cut them down. It was very exciting. It was very moving. So I cut the trees and I made this for you. See, it's all cleaned out inside. I did that myself with my superior woodworking skills. And I applied no chemicals. I don't believe in chemicals. No, I don't. Chemicals do not exist in my world. I did this by hand. I buffed it by hand just for you and your licensed murderers back there. So what I need you to do, I'm going to need you to take this, okay, and just promise me again. I know you have the pesky cameras, but if you would promise me to get rid of that nasty thing that you're using now. Oh, I don't know, just kind of knock it off on the floor, but understand that with it being solid marble, you're going to have to push it. You're going to have to use a lot of force behind it because simply dropping it on the floor is probably not going to break it. And then you can say, I know, our friend Harvest brought in a new item here. We can use this. So I want you to take it. Okay? No, you can touch this. It's okay. Just don't touch the mug. Right? That's for you. Now, well, I do what I can. So, I don't believe I know you. How long have you worked here? Well, that explains why I haven't seen you. No, I do not frequent that location. Actually, I don't frequent this location typically, but I was in here stalk caring for a young lady not too long ago, and I noticed a few things in your store that were of great concern to me, and I felt drawn to come back here. Plus, I'm kind of hoping that this will count toward my community service with my parole officer. I'm having a hard time finding community service work that agrees with my ethics and my values. So it's a little complicated. See, it was a big misunderstanding. I could not get the judge to see that. I was only trying to help. I was handing out breast pumps at the community college, and someone told the dean, and somehow I ended up being sued for sexual harassment. I'm not really sure how that's sexual harassment, but I was only trying to perform a service because I am such a giving person. I make breast pumps out of pine straw, and I had crafted some, and I was handing them out to the ladies at the community college. And I ended up with probation. I didn't have to do any jail time, thank goodness. But I do have to do community service, but the judge was not specific about what I had to do. So it's kind of up to me to think of things I can do. I came in here once before trying to help. My first trip into the store was about 2 weeks ago. And I was trying to help some people. I went to the soap aisle, where they have the chunks of chemicals, and I was trying to help these ladies. I brought in some of my own soap. And Don, the manager, I don't think he's here. I looked for him. I didn't see him. Is he working right now? Is he here? He's not. Well, see, Don approached me because one of the customers went and complained, and Don approached me. And he said, ma'am, you are going to have to take your soap and get out of here. And if you ever come in here with your soap again, I'm going to call the police. So I'm not allowed to ever bring my soap in this establishment. So I brought, because sometimes I require comfort. The work that I do The work that I do for the community is so taxing, and sometimes it's stressful. And I require comfort. I require something that can soothe me, because I carry a tremendous burden on my shoulders. Oh, I don't, even when I'm not carrying my children with me, which normally I wear them, no, they're polishing the floors down at the co-op. I'm so proud of them. That's their extracurricular work for today. I unschool my children. That's the only way, am I right? Your children go where? See, that's why I need my gentle bells. When I hear things like that, I get upset. I know I must accept, like the judge said, I must accept the fact that there are people in this world who do things in a way that is not the same as mine. They do things a different way, and I must accept this. I'm trying. I still don't believe it, though. I think the judge is delusional, but that's why I need my gentle bells. You can't call them jingle bells. That's offensive. That's very, very offensive. You can't call them that. They're gentle bells. And the sound of the gentle bells is very soothing to me. And I need that at a time like this. Oh, there are people behind me. Well, patience is a virtue. Now, I want to show you some of the things that I've picked up today. Do we have time to go over my items one at a time? I understand. Yes. Oh, I get that. I understand that. But this is very important. Okay, there's some things here that we really need to go over, and I have the items in my basket that I need to discuss. We can start here. I really take exception to basically everything in here, but the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and this basket is the single step. And if the parole officer approves my community service, I will come back and we will take more steps on that journey, and we'll go over many more baskets of items in your store that are completely inappropriate. Okay? Well, let's get started. Let's see what we have here. No, I don't take anything no, I don't take medication. Why would I do that? You think I need medication? Bless your heart, you're doing the best you can, I'm sure. These are the things that we're going to start with today. Now, I'm not actually going to purchase any of these things, so I'm going to need you to put them all away when we're done. Okay? I was just letting you know ahead of time that you're going to need to do that. One of the first items I spotted, and I saw this right when I came in the door, is this Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water. I'm really glad that it's sealed because I wouldn't want any of this to touch me. This says that it removes makeup and cleanses and refreshes. There is no product that you can buy on any shelf that is going to do these things. And all it does is promote the use of all those artificial, damaging, cancer-causing makeup products. If you make it easier to remove these products, people are going to use them more often. This is clearly inappropriate. And a bottle this size, it's 13.5 ounces. Who knows how many applications are in here? You're looking at weeks and weeks of chemical transfers here. We absolutely cannot have this. So, and I will be glad to type up any of this that you want or write it down for you so you can go over them one at a time with your manager, although I would recommend not going over them with Don because he's not very enlightened. I'm thinking he will probably give you a lot of blowback if you try to discuss this stuff with Dawn. So I'd pick one of the other managers to discuss it. And I think if we can get it implemented in this store, we can get it to spread to all the CVS's everywhere. And I think we would save literally billions of lives in the United States if we could do this. Now, I can't even believe this product exists. It blows my mind to come into these provincial stores that people go to and that people work in. No offense. This is Alternil. Now, according to this box, I've never purchased a product like this. According to this box, it's all natural. And not only that, up here at the top in red, it says, sleep tonight. Well, how can they guarantee that? And on the side, it even says, sleep well tonight. It says it's all natural. But you know what I see in here? I'm going to tell you what I see in these little capsules of doom. You have dicalcium phosphate, stearic acid, titanium dioxide, talc. Are you kidding me? How can you in good conscience sell this? There's talc in these pills. Riboflavin, and it says it may contain soy. I guess they're trying to get on my good side. Well, it's not going to work, because above that are all these horrible things that are in these pills that are supposedly all natural. I mean, come on. Most people aren't woke enough to read this and understand what it's saying. It's saying, take me and die of cancer. We can't have that. So I really don't think there's any further discussion needed for that. So we won't even go into it. This I don't understand at all. You are a drugstore, correct? Why on earth do you sell in a drugstore? Good name, by the way. Betty Crocker double chocolate chunk cookies. Why would you sell this in here? I know why you sell it in here. I know exactly why. It increases your business. Think about it. People buy stuff like this, and they eat stuff like this, thinking it's wonderful. And see, on the front of the package, which we all know most people only read what's on the front, they don't look at anything on the back. On the front, it even says no colors, no artificial flavors, and no preservatives. Sounds perfectly harmless, doesn't it? Oh, but look on the back. Oh my goodness. First of all, you have to add an egg. Nobody has any business eating eggs. That's disgusting. Eggs are so disgusting. You know they kill you, right? They totally do. This package here makes, it looks like it makes 30 cookies, and it weighs 17.5 ounces. Let me tell you what is in this package of death. We have palm oil, which, you know, you might as well just go ahead and get a loaded gun. Palm oil, processed cocoa. It's processed with alkali. I mean, come on. You knew about this, right? Because I am assuming that since you're back here, you're really smart, because they only give the smart people the white jacket. How are you okay with this? How could you allow this? How could you work in a place that sells this? We have, it has dextrose, leavening, it has chocolate liquor. Chocolate liquor. People give this to their children. Oh my God, it's just insane. And then we have the riboflavin again, thiamine mononitrate, malted barley flour, niacin, folic acid. That's a fake. It's fake folic acid. It's not even real. It gives you rickets. This is gross. So anyway, people shovel all this junk into their bodies. Then they get that. Then they take weight. They take diet pills. They take cholesterol pills. They take blood pressure pills. So it really increases your business. So bravo. But I'm calling you out on your hypocrisy. I'm calling you out on your evilness. These need to go. And I saw some muffin mixes over there too. I'm on to you people. I tell you, I don't know how I can get right through the rest of this. I have to press on. Are you keeping track of how long I've been here? Because I need to write this down for my parole officer. I don't believe in watches. Of course, I'll be able to tell exactly what time it is when I walk outside. I was just wondering. I'll get it from the Big Brother cameras. Don't worry about it. Okay. We could spend all day on the vitamin section in this place. Vitamin is a ridiculous word for what these things are. We have Spring Valley. I guess that's the brand name. Super B Complex. Metabolism support. Well, there's nothing super about this. How do we know what's really in these little pills? And why do they have to be in a green plastic bottle? Makes you think, you know why? Radiation. It's the radiation. It keeps the radiation from leaking out of the bottle. I'm totally serious. We have 100 tablets of this dietary supplement. Do you know what is in here? Don't be a smart aleck. Do you know? We have DL-tartaric acid. I don't even know what that is. I'm certainly not going to put it in my body if I can't even pronounce it. Maltodextrin, povidone, starch, tricalcium phosphate. And then we have microcrystalline cellulose. What in the name of Zeus is that? I've had a rough day. And I don't appreciate you telling me to hurry up. I don't appreciate that. It's been a trying day. Let me tell you why. They can wait. My husband, Fisher, is on an expedition in South America. He's been working so hard. He works so hard. These ladies call the house occasionally looking for him. And he says they're part of his team. They're concerned about him. He's working so hard they don't even know where he is. He's been trying to save the Argentinian water flea. He was going to send some to our home for me to foster. What showed up, though, was a Ziploc bag full of tadpoles. But I don't mind. Because I'm sure he just did that by mistake. He meant to send water fleas from South America, and unfortunately the messenger delivered a little baggie of tadpoles. But he's working very hard, and he assures me that he will be home 6 months max. So I've just got to hang on. In a way, I'm kind of glad I got in trouble for those breast pumps, because this community service is giving me, it's given me a whole new sense of purpose that otherwise I don't know what I would do. I've been having trouble hyperventilating. I don't want to do that in here because the air is filled with things I don't need in my body. I take offense to the fact that this store even sells food products. I refuse to call it just food because it's merely, it's stuff disguised as food. I'm not going to call it food. I take a special offense to this right here. These pineapple chunks. Well, it's not so much the product itself, although I know it's disgusting. Now, why someone can't grow their own pineapple is beyond me. If you want pineapple, you should grow pineapples. You should do it. It can't be that hard. I mean, people have been doing it for billions of years. So, why do you need to buy this? What really bothers me is the name. The name. What were you people thinking when you purchased this? Sweet Harvest? Really? Did you think I wouldn't have a problem with this? Sweet Harvest. I have half a mind to sue this company for using my name. That's, I almost want to say that's a trademark violation. At the very least, it's copyright infringement. I write Harvest on everything I own. This is a clear violation of that. I'm going to contact the patent office. So this needs to go. There's pineapple over there with this name on it. There are cans of mandarin oranges, which you know those are really just grub worms. Oh, they're not real oranges at all. Have you ever tasted them? Of course, I've never tasted them. But if I had tasted them, I would tell you they taste nasty. This all has to go. All the candles, supposedly, that have my name on them, and they all need to go. I mean, like, seriously, before I come back in and gather up another basket of things, that all needs to go. Now, this item right here, I don't even need to say anything about this. This right here is going to be the end of mankind as we know it. And you were selling it right here in your store. Okay? This is garbage. This is toxic. This is cancer in a can. Okay? And no one should ever be giving their children this. There is no reason for it. It's foul. It's foul. There's a reason why there's a pop top and a plastic lid on these things. They keep it fresh. Oh no, it's to keep it from contaminating other items on the shelf. So this just needs to go. And the fact that you guys have a can this big, I mean, it's not even one of the little cans. This is one of the giant cans. I'm at a loss. I'm completely at a loss for words for you people to sell such an industrial sized can of this junk. You know, you're just encouraging laxity and a lackadaisical attitude in mothers. It's bad enough as it is. And you people are making it 1,000 times worse with that giant can of garbage. Then we have extra strength headache relief. This contains 2 drugs. It contains acetaminophen and aspirin in here. Neither one of these things is necessary. There is no headache that cannot be treated by my herbalist. So what I've done, I've actually gone ahead and taken the liberty of grabbing a trash bag and scooping it all off the shelf into the trash bag, which I left in the bathroom in there. I flushed as much of it down the toilet as I could, but it kind of got a little clogged, so you're going to want to deal with that. But I have left several post-it notes back there on the shelf, which I created. I use fermented breast milk to make my post-it notes. I made post-it notes and put them there on the shelves for your customers with my herbalist's name and number, so they can contact her and she will give them the treatments that they need for whatever type of headache they have. After she measures their aura, she will be able to do that for them at a reasonable price. So you won't see any more. That's the last bottle. There are none on the shelf, so you're welcome for that. And then there's this. The store is just a cornucopia of mistakes, disasters, horrible nightmare items. We have toothpaste. Why on earth are you selling toothpaste in here? Okay, first of all, I will be more than happy to show any of your customers how to make their own toothpaste. It's very simple. You donate a mere 5 hours a week to the endeavor, and you can make your own toothpaste, enough for yourself, Your family members will also have to do 5 hours for their toothpaste, but it's very reasonable. Very simple. It only requires a few trips to the rock quarry, and you can make your own toothpaste. And this, especially sensitive, you're just fostering a wimpy generation of people. There is no such thing as sensitive teeth. It's all in your mind. It's all in your mind. And I have a shaman that can help people with that. If they really believe they have sensitive teeth, he can straighten them right out. Because it's a myth perpetuated by these companies to sell these products. It's all an illusion. It's a red pill, blue pill kind of thing. To go along with that, I noticed that you sell toothbrushes here. My goodness, that's a loud train. Trains are disgusting. Do you know that? They belch pollutants into the air. I've tried to get them to stop running past my house, but they keep coming. I did an e-petition and everything, and they still come by my house. That's why I have a mole on my back. Train exhaust. This is also unnecessary. First of all, it takes batteries. You have to plug it into the wall to recharge it, which takes electricity, which I don't believe in that either. There's no need for electricity. If you want to reduce your footprint on the earth and be a woke person, a woke mom, you don't teach your children bad habits like using things like this. Okay? And again, I teach classes on this as well. I can show you how to craft your own toothbrushes out of your own hair. It's very exciting. Yeah, and it doesn't hurt much. You don't have to pull out a lot. 600 strands will make one toothbrush, and it will last at least a week. It's very exciting. This is totally unnecessary. And I see that you're charging $40 for this. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Yeah, so I was not able to fit these in the garbage bag that I had. So I actually just kind of stomped on all the boxes over there in the aisle. It should at least discourage people from purchasing the toothbrushes. So that was a bonus. I didn't have to do that, but I wanted to help. I know there are 22 people in line behind me. I just have one more thing, and then you can go put all these things away. I found this in the summer aisle. I guess you guys have like summer items, whatever these things are. It appears to be some sort of container for a beverage, and it says that it's a flavor infuser, and it shows someone adding limes to this cylinder in here, the pink cylinder. Okay, you can't tell me that this person grew this. The fingernails are way too clean. It's a dead giveaway. They didn't grow that fruit. No, and if you don't grow it, you shouldn't be putting it in anything that you are going to consume. This is totally unreasonable because I know no one around here grows anything that they eat. It's like I'm always telling my children. I tell Ngi all the time. Ngi. No, Ngi. Ngi. The back of the throat. Ngi. Forget it. I teach a class on that too. Every Tuesday at 4. I was telling Ngi the other day, there's such a sense of pride in being able to go to the farmer's market and look down at it, look down your nose at everyone because you grew your own and you don't need their things. And you can go and see all the little horrible people purchasing things that other people grew because they're too lazy. We take a great deal of pride in the things that we do for ourselves. And Haven does too. She's my sweetheart. Yes, she is. I am very pleased to occupy a space with this child. She is a marvel. She's learning how to weave car seats out of corn silk. It's very exciting. I know. I don't know what I did to deserve such wonderful children. They are truly gifted and special. So these have to go. I know they're on clearance, which makes them cheaper and more appealing to your customers. So I'm actually going to ask you to raise the price. I saw that they were on clearance for $4. I would like you to raise the price to $37 because then I'm pretty sure no one's going to buy it. It's not a famous brand name or anything, so nobody's going to pay that. So if you would take care of that before you leave today, that would be wonderful. Now, I'm not going to bother putting all this back. No, I think you can handle that. But yeah, keep that. The wooden bowl is for you guys. I'm definitely not leaving this here. Do you know how long it took me to convince that alpaca to donate his wool for this? It only took me 7 years. But he said it was okay. That's the only way I would ever take it. So thank you for listening to me, and I'm going to have a word with my parole officer, and if it's okay with him, I'll be back with another basket, hopefully tomorrow. Are you working tomorrow? When will you be here? I will definitely be back. Yeah, I'll get one of the carts that you push. That way I can bring more things back here for you to see. Yeah, and I'm sure it won't take you long to put them all away. Great. Well, I don't want to touch them anymore. Thank you for not touching my mug. I really appreciate it. Well, you try to enjoy the rest of your day while you push the dope that you sell, okay?